Looks like we are about ready to rock and roll,
Yes.
folks. So this is actually on the official clan server. We are pretty much ready to get started. This will be between the team Xapso, who are in the blue, and they are playing Resistance, versus their opponents, the Ravaged community team, who are in the red, playing the Scavengers, and we are playing resource capture mode, which is basically a dual capture the flag format in which the fuel can must be taken, driven to the other side of the map, and then captured. And needless to say, the other team is going to try and prevent that from happening, if at all possible. But to start with, the Ravaged community teams grabbed that and driven themselves instantly into a truck, which didn't help them in any way, shape, or form. And also, I think somehow, I'm not sure how they pulled this off, but I think this... Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's the Resistance team actually has the Striker and was able to take out the fuel can in the middle of the map here. It can still be grabbed.
Oh,
it looks like they're going for the cap
out.
there. Yep, the Striker has been taken down, and there's the return on the fuel for the Resistance team.
Yeah, they are definitely battling it out. You have guys over here. Nobody's really protecting or defending their fuel cans. Oh, we got a couple guys on top, too, on the other side, so that's good. Side is keeping a watch over their gas can, trying to take out anybody.
There's about 5 guys from the Ravaged community team on defense at the moment, including a guy in a minigun, a couple of rocket launchers to try and take out vehicles as they pass. But they are taking a significant amount of fire. Oh my, yeah, that was ugly. I think that was actually a helicopter in the air there from the Resistance. Were able to wipe that out. They actually have a pretty clear run there to the fuel can if they want to go for it. And that's exactly what they're doing, as you can see. They're going to make a run right down the center here, going straight for it, right past the guys with the RPGs. And a quick jump off there, but sniped off by a fellow in the corner here. One of these handsome little Scavengers with the... Oh, he's going to get murdered as well, by the looks of it.
Yep. Yeah, guys coming up from the back from the Resistance. They're trying to get in there.
Yeah, they don't have any transport, though, which is a bit risky. And then a squadron of the Scavengers coming in from the side there.
Yep.
A couple of Resistance guys, well, one Resistance guy still alive. Firing off a law in the vague direction of his opponents, but I think he's going to get hunted down and murdered at this point. Oh, nice shot with the law. That's one taken down, but I'm surprised he's still alive. He's doing pretty damn well there, honestly. That is Icar from the Xapso team.
Yeah. Doing all right.
Well, actually...
And there is health regen, so if you get yourself taken down, like, as far as health is concerned, just gotta run away, hide, wait for your health to replenish.
It's a good job he's got a hell of a lot of law rockets as well, otherwise he'd be in big trouble. Still alive, and Xapso John has got it, but he doesn't have any transport, so...
He's trying. He's hiding.
Yeah, he's going to make his way around the side there, and he's managed to get out of sight.
He's using the fence area.
He's legging it. He's running for it. No. Taken out by a rocket launcher there on the ridge.
That was a good
little bit of vengeance there as well. And down goes the Scavenger's helicopter in the process. He's looking a little ugly on either side, honestly. The defense is pretty solid. A fairly passive game thus far. Well, the Scavenger's trying to make another run, and they're going to try and make their way around the side here. Oh, hello. What has he found? Horrendous death by the looks of it. Takes a couple of bullets, and down he goes.
Ooh! Like exploding ketchup packets happening here.
It's a little bit messy.
Yeah, a lot of destruction. Oh, I think we were getting a lot of shots from above. I think the helicopter, got a lot of air power going on. Let's see. Yep, the Resistance has the guy that's in the Little Bird just owning anybody that goes near that gas. So that's how they're defending it.
Well, at the moment, we're looking possibly for our first valid capture right here. The Resistance make their way around the
behind.
back, and then there we go. They got the grab. So nicely done there by Icar, who appears to be carrying his team. Yeah, I think he might need to see a chiropractor. His back is probably hurting after this one. And we've got it again, actually. The Resistance already making another way around. Looks like they found a hole in the defenses. This is a fairly large map. Oh, it tries to cut him off, but I don't think he's even manning the gun at the moment. So he's making a run. Nitros have been activated. He's going to skirt around the side here, and it looks like this should be a successful grab immediately there, and a second one for Team Xapso.
Wow.
The Scavengers need to get their defense in order. They're going for a big run, actually. That's why you don't put your entire team in one buggy, because horrible things happen.
Yeah, they got taken out. The
Absolutely murdered there by Oh, the guys on the laws, and this is not looking good for the Ravaged community team at all. Xapso
like
playing
the last
very
game,
well.
they might pick it back up and bring it back. It can be done. So hopefully they start figuring out how to go against these guys, because they're playing really well.
Ooh, down goes Chopper. There we go, picked off quite nicely there. So Little Bird is down. I don't believe the Scavengers actually have their helicopter in the air yet. Bear in mind it does have a fairly long respawn time. Striker is rolling here for the Resistance, which is a very dangerous vehicle indeed, but also a very large target.
Yep.
Uh-oh. It's getting flanked.
Slow, a little slow.
Look at
moving.
that. You see right behind him, he hasn't seen them yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting pegged.
Yeah, he might be. I'm just waiting for them to do something to him.
Oh, he's sitting on a repair bay, so he's fixing that thing back up.
Oh, there goes the rocket.
He lost it.
Yeah, coming in right there with the Jeep with a grenade launcher by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Scavengers currently on the defensive as much as possible.
I have a couple guys that are up there on top of the rocks that are for the scavenger side. They're just armed with RPGs and stingers. Any of the they're just using anti-vehicle weapons, just taking out anybody that comes close to them. But I think you might have. He's trying to
run for it. Nah, he's not going to be able to get out of there.
Oh.
That's just not going to happen. He was actually going to go for the vehicle there, but there are too many guys with rocket launchers preventing that from happening.
Yep.
I'm going to skip through people until we try and find someone who's in a helicopter, because, of course, people do like to watch the helicopter action. I don't believe there's actually any helicopter in the air at the moment. We've got so many people currently playing, I believe what is the name of that class? I can't recall. The one with the rocket
the Resistance.
launcher.
That class itself.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like our anti-armor class.
Yep, well, they also have a hell of a lot of stingers, so going in the air at the moment is a little bit risky. Most
So
of
it's
those
like
guys
the bodyguards. There's a lot of bodyguards with the stingers and RPGs, so they're putting on quite the action.
Indeed, currently 2 in favor of Xapso, 0
Oh, we
for
do have
the
a
Ravaged
helicopter in
community.
flight. I think it's on the Resistance side, though.
Okay, let me try and skip through and find out who it is. Bear in mind this spectator mode is still in beta, so there is no really easy way to get
Yeah,
all the
just
way
have to
through
cycle through.
Yeah.
I think he's on the other side.
here. Yeah, I can see him. I'm just trying to actually get onto him. Yeah, at the moment the spectator mode is not actually letting me pick him up, so you know what, I'm going to go free cam and I'm going to see if I can find him. We see rockets heading in that general direction. There he is. Alright, so there's the panoramic view of the rather large map, and this is not one of your largest, is it?
No, it's not. We have other maps that are much larger than this one. This canyon map is a little bit of a medium-sized map. It does give you some good vehicle play, but you also have a lot of infantry battles. There's like a lot of nice tight trails around the sides. Usually everybody races right up through the middle when they first start playing on the map, but you can get a strategic advantage by going around the back and around the sides, and then some really good chases too. What's cool if you like flying a helicopter, if you can learn how to fly the helicopter, is it's a very symmetrical kind of round map, so you can basically do a circle around the map and just kind of hunt like a hawk, looking for people to pop out, and then you can pick your targets off, which is pretty cool. The other maps we have one called Bridge, and that's a very large map. It's really cool for long vehicle chases, capture the resource or the thrust mode. And we also have the Chasm. Chasms is a nice size map as well, but they're through the middle of the map. It's kind of like the Earth is split, and you have to use either the tunnels or the bridges. A lot of fun gameplay in there. It's becoming one of my favorite maps. This one though has a lot of. It's a really good map to learn all the vehicles, also how to get into some of these battles. Like these guys, there's choke points by those gas cans and once you pass through those gates, it's like there's a lot of action on either side. But the center point of the map too is it's really good to have that captured for your team. And that's the thing, like there's you can see that there's some of the spawn locations are owned by the other side. That gives them the strategic advantage of getting closer to the gas can of the other team right from the get-go. So it's good to have those to be captured for your side, because you're going to be able to go right for the gas can as soon as you start, instead of starting all the way at the other side of the actual base.
Well, that's another cap there for Xapso, and currently 4-0. The defense is really solid, utilizing the striker for the most part to make that happen, as well as a couple of rocket soldiers up onto the side right there. We've got a scavenger from the Ravaged community team making a run, one taken out immediately. Xapso with another one, and just absolutely eviscerated, gibbed there by the striker. And now we've got the Xapso team now moving around the side once again. This is a good route for them because it seems like the scavengers never seem to cover this route.
Right,
And
exactly.
as a result, they're able to make a run. And this vehicle's looking a little beat up, but it seems to be fine. I believe he actually ended up stealing one of the scavengers' vehicles by the looks of it in order to make this work. Coming around, and this is well defended. This should be a nice free cap here for Xapso.
Oh, yeah.
There you go again. Well, this is going to be quite the catch-up that has to be done here by the Ravaged community team. I'm not convinced of their ability to do that right now.
Yeah, they really need to change up their strategy in order to get some ticks on the board there. One of the things, though, I do want to say, these guys are used to playing the game. We have some of the guys that have been playing for a while, some of the clans too. One of the things that we put in game is the squad system. So that's a huge advantage. If you're in game, join the squad, create a squad, join the squad. Basically, what you can do is once you're in the squad, you can spawn on your squad leader, but you also can see your guys in the map a lot better. The radius as far as their names is green, and you can see exactly where your guys are at. And that striker vehicle, the one that's on the map itself, that is a neutral vehicle. It's not necessarily given to any side. It's on one of the spawn locations that you can capture. So any side can actually pick up the striker vehicle, and people start recognizing very quickly that they can use that to their advantage.
Yeah, it's a really good vehicle to have. And there's one on the board there for the Ravaged community team. They've only got to get 6 more in order to be ahead, and that's not going to be easy for them by the looks of it. Not at all. Oh, down he goes. Nicely picked up there. The Ravaged community team made another run, and that has been very easily wiped out there by the guys over at Xapso. Those are the current scores, as you can see, and things not looking so great for our community team members.
Awesome. These guys are doing really well. So yeah, we've been putting a lot of blood, sweat, and smiles, as I call it, into developing this over the past like 3 years, and we're really happy to see how it's coming along. The vehicles have been a lot of fun. Vehicles putting together, the weapons. We have this post-apocalyptic environment inspired from like the Mad Maxes and other movies, and it just gives you a little more creative freedom for when you're mashing these weapons and stuff together, as you could tell from the scavenger side, like a soda bomb or a tennis ball that has detonators in it, and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, you get the Mad Max and very much the Fallout feel from that, of cobbling together devices that may or may not work the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Xapso making the run for it. He is on fire.
He is on fire.
This is going to be a risky one. He's taking fire through there, but
he should hop out.
No, I think he's going to make it. He's going to make it. He's going for it right now, and there is there's the cap. Nicely done, and the striker is owned once again by that. So, any attempt to go in there is unwise, to say the least, by the looks of it. Quad bike going directly in there, trying to get close to the striker, but yeah, the striker's taken some damage, but it should be fine at the moment. The Resistance continue to hold their base very effectively, and we're looking for up to 8 right now, so one more cap, and that will be it.
Yeah, that will be it. They will win. I mean, they're trying. What happens here? They got it. They got the fuel, so this could be ending very soon.
They could, and
they're playing really well.
Yeah, they're beastly. Well, the thing is, they found a route that the Ravaged community team haven't properly adapted to yet. They refuse to defend it for whatever reason, and now looks like they're going to grab this cap. They're coming from the back. It's already covered by the striker. I see no reason at all why this would actually fail, unless the helicopter can stop it. Heli's in the air at the moment, as you can see, going for a dive directly onto that location, but they can't get it, and there's the GG. And Xapso is able to completely obliterate the Ravaged community team in that matchup. That wasn't even close. That was murder, it tells you.
Yeah, that was they blew them away. I was surprised at the last match that we were watching. The Ravaged players, they were doing pretty good, and I think that the guys from the Xapso, they found out a route that helped them out as far as winning it, and that was a good match though. You could see our guy that's just hovering above. He got ejected from the car.
This is how many fucks he gives. Absolutely none whatsoever. We should point out that Ravage is a mature game. It does have swearing in it, so I feel justified in swearing here. There is a flip the bird button that is considered to be a very important part of the tactical process.
It is. It's funny because when you're playing the game and then somebody owns you really well, and then next thing you know he's flipping your bird. It does kind of does give you a little bit of that edge.
It grinds your gears. Yeah, it does grind your gears. Well, Riot Community Team are just... They're bailing in shame, man. They are on their way out, and it looks like Xapso will be continuing. And they're going to be fighting against AlliedTaskForce, which is going to be a tough one, to say the least, because those guys played incredibly well in the previous games. They had an excellent defense indeed on the Resistance side.
Yeah, the ATF guys are really good players. They've been playing for quite some time, and we have one of the guys on our team that's an ATF guy himself, and you know, I'm excited to see as far as how this match goes. It'll be interesting.
I'm glad that the Ravaged Community Team are out, actually, because then I could stop saying Riot Community Team every time I play. It's like, whoa, League on the brain. God, I hadn't played League for months, and I played yesterday, and now I can think about it as League again. It's like, I don't want to like the game. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, I think, but there you go.
Well, that was a quick game. I mean, they finished up.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they nailed that.
That can happen.
There's no real question about that. They absolutely nailed it. I don't even know what happened there, but it was funny. I just don't want to live anymore. This yellow quad bike, it's just not in this season. So we're going to be waiting for the next match, folks. We're going to pop us over to some music until that happens. You are currently watching the hopefully now stable and reasonable stream.
Yes.
Yeah, from the Ravaged Showmatch series. After this, I believe we will be playing against the winner by the looks of it.
Yes.
Will be interesting enough. I am joined here by TotalBiscuit from the development team. Ravaged is... When is Ravaged coming out anyway? Why don't you let us know?
It is October 17th. It's
and
right
how much people are going to have to pay for it?
So it's $24.99 to get a key. You can pre-order it now, and you jump right into the beta. Their server's up. You get access to everything that we have in game. But you can also... There will be a clan pack, and the clan pack is actually 4 retail keys. So you could give it to your brother, your cousin, your friend for $60. So you get 4 retail keys for $60, or you buy 1 key for $24.99.
Yeah, so you're saving a metric ton of money on that one.
Exactly.
So it's, basically $15 a person if you happen to have the clan pack, which makes perfect sense. All right, folks, we're going to jump quickly into a break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you Xapso versus the AlliedTaskForce in this matchup to find out who will go up to play against the developers and most likely obliterate them. I'm sorry, Tudon. I don't fancy your chances against these guys. We'll be right back, folks. Don't kind of see to do. All right, we're going into game right now, ladies and gentlemen. If there are any frame drops during this stream, I wouldn't worry. I'm actually also recording locally, so there shouldn't be any frame drops in that, and I might be able to put together something on YouTube for this. So here we go, folks. This is the Resistance, and that is the AlliedTaskForce versus the Scavengers Xapso. Yep. And Xapso just absolutely murdered the Ravaged Community Team in the previous matchup, so I don't know if this is going to go all that well for the AlliedTaskForce, but I don't know. I mean, ATF did put on a reasonable performance last time, but we will see how it goes. Xapso seems to understand how to cap. They know how to make the run very quickly, but this time they're actually playing Scavengers, so this may change things up just a little bit. Now, I'd like to hear your comment on the actual balance between these two guys, because they do look different, but even the weapons aren't actually identical. It's not like they just reskinned a bunch of stuff. So.
Right, correct. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors. We did a lot of balancing. We had a lot of different weapons that we introduced, and say on the one side of Resistance, you have the one class that has both an Uzi and a single barrel shotgun, where you have on the other side with the Scavengers, the Bandit has a double-barreled shotgun and the Uzi. So the weapons are all tweaked a little bit differently. It's not a symmetrical match. So we try to give enough variety so that when you go in, you can pick one of the classes that you really, really like. If you're carrying a weapon, if you go for, if you carry a smaller weapon, you're going to be able to run faster. Some of the classes too. Jumping around here as far as because I was looking while I'm talking. There you go. That's what we were talking about earlier. The same thing with there is a meat cleaver that one of the classes gets, whereas on the other side they have a throwing knife. The meat cleaver has a little bit larger of an area. They're one-shot, one-kill weapons. There's a javelin. On the assassin on one side, she'll have the crossbow, where on the other side with the Resistance, he'll have the sniper rifle. He'll have an actual hunting rifle that you can use. So yeah, we've done a lot of mixing and matching. We feel that the balance that we have right now is working really well. Now, if you kill your opponent and they drop their primary weapon, you can pick that weapon up, so you can have that in your possession as well. So that's one of the other cool things that we put. But let's see, I think they are using. I could tell somewhat the squad system that we put in place was something that the audience was really wanting us to put in badly. So that is something that we added in not too long ago, based upon people going to our idea scale page and saying squad system, the squad system. They were just screaming for it, so we put it in. And the squad itself, you can spawn on your squad leader. So if you're in game and you're in the squad, you can spawn on that squad leader, but you can also spawn in any of your teammates. If they have a vehicle, you can spawn next to them if there's an empty seat. That's also another advantage. So if you see that there's no more capture points, like in our thrust game mode, if you lose all your flags, all you have to do in order to get your other guys in, hop in a vehicle. And then all of a sudden that becomes a spawn point, which is really cool. Guys are playing really well. They're putting a lot of pressure on. I see the one guy's, it's a pretty tough battle. And they're
currently
using
0 apiece. Ooh, guy on the quad bike is actually going to make a run. He may make this, actually. This could happen.
Yeah.
It's risky. I mean, I believe that's the fastest vehicle, at least on the ground, that you can use there, but it's almost the most vulnerable.
Very quick. It's like,
he's still alive. He made it through. He made it through, and there is the cap from Xapso. Icegull once again with a team carry, and immediately we actually have a grab over the other side here, so Xapso's starting to get the relay going.
Yep, they had the same thing that they were doing for against the past team, and he's going straight up the middle though, so he's being very brave. It's not getting a lot of resistance from ATF guys.
He's going to get it, actually. He's going to make the run straight away. Oh, Rocket comes in from the side. They try to catch him in the process, but that is 2-0 already.
Wow.
And that did not go well for the ATF guys at all. This is silly. Is that Ice Scar's got one again? The defense is falling to pieces here by the looks of it.
They need to pick it up. They have a guy stranded there in the middle. He needs to get either in a vehicle or just even suicide, just hop on the other side. I would just like spawn in somewhere closer. Let's see. It looks like the guys with the scavengers have all the control points too, so that puts them at a really good advantage.
Yeah, that means they can spawn from pretty much anywhere. They also have access to some of the more meaty vehicles like the Striker.
Exactly.
Striker's actually rolling out right now.
Yeah, they can actually put a lot of hurt just by controlling all those control points. They can spawn in right away. They jump into any of the vehicles they want, so they're pretty much owning the map, all the real estate. It looks like it's a little bit delayed. They're not able to get... I think that the ATF guys are doing a good job now of protecting their stuff, so they are communicating now. I imagine the ATF guys are saying WTF.
Indeed. Well, the Xapso guys have actually come from behind, eliminated some of the defense, and they're going to make a quick run right onto... that. The question is, will they be able to get it? Yeah, it takes down another one. ATF Dog is down, and there's a grab there from Jaga Daniel, who is going to make a run, I would imagine, immediately, but he's got to watch himself. Already taking fire in this position. Needs to figure out a way to actually get out of the base with this thing. Takes a direct rocket hit right into the rock. Yeah, he's managing to make his way through there. He's okay. He is on his way. This is going to be dangerous. Going right up the center, pretty risky, but of course the shortest route to try and break his way right through there. And currently meeting no resistance whatsoever. Comes around the right flank here, and this is going to look like it might end up being a grab. He's made his way all the way into the base, and there he goes. Jaga Daniel with the great grab, and then goes up in smoke, and oh wow. Down goes Arctica.
They are they are really annihilating them. So
indeed. Oh, they've got control of the Striker as well. Xapso already with that. Xapso with a steal already, and at the moment ATF are just all over the place. They are disorganized to say the least.
Yeah, so everybody watching, you can pre-order the game right now. Go to Toodon.com or through Steam, and right after your pre-order, you'll get access to the beta, and you'll be able to jump on any of these maps. Full access to all the builds. There's servers up now. You'll be able to jump on. We have servers over in the UK. We have them on the West Coast, East Coast of the US. We have some in the South as well. Yeah, I mean, when we do release it, we're also going to have servers all around the world. You could create your own server. We'll have Archon tools so that you can actually start up your server with any of the settings that you want. We also have the spectator mode that we're doing now. We're having on the release. We'll have improvements to this, so it's a little bit more broadcaster friendly, I guess you could call it. And then the
ATF
systems.
Dog with a nice kill right there. He's actually parked himself up to the flank of the of the fuel container, and he's just shelling anyone that tries to get in. So the defense is a little bit more solid now, but it is still 5-0 in favor of Xapso. So
they need to bring it back.
They definitely do. There's no question. They've also got a rocket fellow inside the building right next to it. So Xapso's going to have to push this position in force now. There's no real way they can just run in straight away and grab it immediately.
Xapso's got a nice heli pilot too going. So
they do.
He's got the air coverage now. So they are putting a hurting on the ATF guys, that's for sure.
Xapso John eliminated almost immediately. Helicopter is now in the air for Xapso, so let's see what they can do to hopefully soften up this area to allow some more captures to come in from the side here. Rockets going off immediately. There's a pickup.
Nice.
Yeah,
he got a 2 kills on ATF with that heli.
Yeah,
you're gonna start seeing the stingers come out. I'd get a stinger and just try to take him out because he is he's picking people off with that heli.
Yeah, the ATF defense is much more solid now, but since they're having to focus on the defense, there's no attempts to capture at the moment at all, and they're still taking a lot of fire from the helicopter over here. As you can see, it's just
he is
messy.
Just circling and killing. That helicopter, I mean, again, the helicopter itself, the controls, it goes back to our Desert Combat days when we made a mod called Desert Combat. Everybody really, like mass majority of people, really like the controls to be difficult in the helicopter. You really have to learn how to fly with the mouse and keyboard. And what that does is it kind of reduces the noobs that hop in and just take the helicopters and all the helicopter camping that people do. I mean, you still get people camping that are really good pilots. Oh, this guy is just...
He's a machine. Good God. ATF getting murdered. Absolutely murdered here by Xapso Arctica. There's another pick-off.
He's flying really well. And if you want, when you're in the helicopter itself, you can go into first-person view, there's third-person view, there's chase view. There's a couple views that you can do. And also, even as the characters, as you're... Oh, is he going to lose it?
He'll be all right. No, that's a good flip.
He's all right.
That's a really nice turn that he managed to make. They actually came in nice and low.
Just killing him.
This is just... Oh, down he goes. Stinger finally connects, and rightfully so. But Arctica, you scary individual with 13 kills at the moment. That's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, he was doing really good. Yeah, but the helicopters themselves, we got it to the point where we feel it's just like we had in Desert Combat days. So you will find, if you haven't played with these helicopters, you're going to hop in it, and if you've never flown before, you're probably going to crash. And you'll see servers that are empty except for one guy, and you'll see people training themselves in order to use these helicopters. Because you get the respect from your team when you start flying these things and you fly them well. You're going to want to have somebody that knows how to fly in the sea, because it'll just make such a difference in the game for you and your team. And going back on the heli again, so he wants some more of that rewarding kill action.
Yep, Striker's being grabbed by the looks of it. I believe that was by the ATF team. Actually, maybe not. Let's see, does he go after Nab? No, indeed it is, and he takes another rocket here. Nab stays alive against the Striker at the moment. The Resistance holding on to the Striker, which is giving them a bit of an edge in the defense, and Nab missing the rocket there, and I think that might be death for Nab, and indeed it is. Striker staying alive quite nicely, and this is just it's a wonderful piece of defensive hardware if you can get it. Of course, it is vulnerable to rocket attacks and, needless to say, helicopter attacks, so he needs to watch out for that.
Yeah, and then that's the thing, like you said, it is good for defense, but the Striker itself has a lot of firepower. It has a limited radius or a limited turn that you can do on the turret, and that's just so that we didn't make this thing to be
colossally
just total
OP.
ownage.
Yep.
Yeah, it would just be too much. So we're doing some balancing with a lot of the vehicles still, and it moves very slowly. So if you see the Striker coming, try to get behind it, because that guy has to turn that thing around in order to actually get on your ass. So it's something that we've felt helped out the gameplay a lot more, and you might want to think twice sometimes. He's actually fixing there's repair bays. He's fixing it right now in the repair bay. That's funny. Really wants to keep that thing going.
Well, things have been tightened up just a little bit there by ATF, but they are still 6-0 with 9 minutes left on the clock. Getting to 8 will, of course, end the game, assuming that's even possible to do.
This is going to be interesting playing against these guys.
Oh, John picks one up. Can he get it out of there? Looks like he can't. He doesn't actually have a vehicle in order to make that happen. We've got one of the Xapso guys that made their way around the side, up over the cliff, and is going to try and make a grab for it. Not convinced he can do it. I would use this as an opportunity just to try and pick off a few of the opponents, and that's exactly what's happening. And oh, there it goes.
There's a grunt.
Uh-oh, is that Arctica back in the air again? I think it very well might be. Yep, Arctica is their designated gyro pilot, and he is decimating everything on the ground here. But they still need to make the run through. There's one coming, but the Striker moves into intercept, as you can see from the bird's eye view right there. Needs to get the grab and get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Not convinced he can make that happen, though, with the striker around there. Oh, there's the stinger. Down he goes.
Yep, you'll see somebody's going to have a stinger at all times, probably. Because it gets to the point where if you have that much firepower coming from above, you want to get somebody in game.
Yeah, you got to get rid of it. You can't just leave it.
Yeah, you have to have an anti-vehicle guy on line. Because then it makes it really challenging for the pilot. And there's ways for the pilot. Those stingers have radius blast, so if you shoot it, you try to lead the helicopter. And you can actually do damage by the radius. The radius expands over distance. So if it's really far away, you're like, how am I going to hit that thing? You shoot ahead of it, and hopefully by the distance from leaving you, that round is going to expand its detonation space. So you might see a barrel roll happen after you hit to the side of the helicopter itself. So there's a lot of cool things you could do in order to take them out. Oh, you got the guy rockets at him.
Well, we're still looking for another capture coming from either side. It's actually one cap left at the moment. Just
I know.
Yeah, one
They're
more run and
really taking.
Xapso, I like the fact that they're running several vehicles together, which gives them definitely a higher chance of actually grabbing the target and getting out of there alive. They're looking for the run here. It's going to go all the way around the side with this buggy, which appears to be slightly on fire. All right, there's the run. We've got Nick with a resource as well from the ATF side, so they're going to have to return that. Now let's go bird's eye and see what's going on here.
Wow, they might do it.
They
He's
very well
really
might.
damaged though.
He's making a way through, and he didn't really get the... He takes another grenade here. He's still alive. No, it looks like he might be getting this grab. I don't think anything's going to actually stop him, and...
they got one.
There we go. But unfortunately for them, Scar managed to make his way through as well, and that is the GG. And wow, ATF just got obliterated there by Xapso. This is not even close.